In this episode of the History of Fan Anime, Redrafted number 6, we transport viewers back to the pre-digital camera era, exploring the early stages of the anime scene before the internet's arrival. This period marked the genesis of anime clubs, as enthusiasts sought ways to connect and share their passion. Previous episodes highlighted the challenges faced by early anime fans in finding venues to watch anime or connect with fellow enthusiasts. Comic book stores served as information hubs and meeting points for some, while others gravitated towards fan clubs. The Vancouver Japanese Animation Club stands as a prime example of these early fan organizations. Educational institutions such as universities, colleges, and schools emerged as popular breeding grounds for local anime-focused clubs. While not as dramatic as the fictional comic book club Inception portrayed in the OC, these institutions provided fertile ground for like-minded individuals to converge and cultivate their shared interest in anime. The anime fandom of this era encompassed a broad spectrum of related interests, including comics, video games, board games, and even war games. A case study from the University of British Columbia, UBC, illustrates the typical experience of an anime enthusiast during this period. The academic year at UBC traditionally commenced with a showcase of student clubs, providing newcomers with an overview of available extracurricular activities. At UBC, the War Gamers and the Personal Computers Society proved to be particularly influential for anime fans, despite the absence of a dedicated anime club at the time. This scenario was not unique to UBC. Even at Simon Fraser University, the club known as Altered Reality primarily focused on gaming activities such as Dungeons & Dragons, Warhammer, and miniature figure gaming, rather than anime specifically. The UBC Wargamers Club occupied a significant space on campus, consisting of a large central room surrounded by smaller offices, housing various other clubs, including the Sci-Fi Club and the Chess Club. The Wargamers engaged in strategic simulations, often utilizing map-based games like Global War and Risk, as well as other battle simulations featuring infantry and tank units. In one corner of this space, the Personal Computer Club resided. As mentioned in a previous episode, membership in these computer nerdish clubs provided access to the emerging phenomenon known as the Internet. During this period, most Internet addresses were affiliated with universities, often ending with edu. In this case, it was ubc.edu. However, a few free alternatives were available to the public. One such popular free service was whimsy.bc.ca. It operated as a personalized bulletin board system, BBS, offering users email accounts and access to various Usenet groups. This service can be likened to an early iteration of modern forums such as 2chan, 4chan, 8chan, or Reddit. Access was granted to anyone with the means to dial up and connect to the server. The computing landscape of that era was markedly different from today. William Chow primarily utilized Apple II series computers, with the Macintosh SE being one of his first Apple Macs. He recalls acquiring their first external modem, a 2400 baud USR robotics model. These were times of slow dial-up speeds, predominantly text-based interactions, with connections emitting sounds reminiscent of modern fax machines, a cacophony of whistles and beeps. Despite these limitations, it was through these means that people communicated, exchanging text messages with others around the globe. Participation in this computer club facilitated introductions to others who shared an interest in anime, although it wasn't the primary focus for most members. The primary objective of these clubs was to familiarize individuals with computers and connect them with software for their Apple IIs. The computing power of the time was limited, with 386 computers operating at speeds likely not exceeding 25 MHz, Amigas 500 or 1000, Atari 520 STs, and the ubiquitous Commodore 64s. These personal computer club user groups were prevalent during this period, serving as hubs where enthusiasts could inquire about various topics, including animation and comics. Of particular significance, the narrator mentions two key individuals who became influential in their journey. The first of these was a man named Daisuke Suzuki. At the University of British Columbia, UBC, William encountered Daisuke Suzuki, a Japanese student with a profound interest in Japanese animation. Daisuke's enthusiasm for anime and manga proved to be contagious, significantly influencing the narrator's growing fascination with the medium. One of Daisuke's distinctive habits was to read manga aloud, holding the pages close to the listener's face while animatedly voicing the dialogue, effectively bringing the characters to life. This animated approach to sharing manga extended beyond personal interactions. At a Comic-Con event, Daisuke employed the same technique when introducing Robert Gutierrez from the Ranma project to This is Greenwood, also known as Koko wa Greenwood. This manga, relatively obscure to many, became a cult classic partly due to Daisuke's fervent promotion. It has since been officially released under the title Here is Greenwood, a testament to its enduring appeal. Daisuke's influence on the fan-subbing anime scene preferences was substantial. Through his recommendations, William discovered series such as Miracle Girls, Jaime-chan's Ribbon, and Red Riding Hood Cha-Cha. These titles, which might have been overlooked due to their seemingly childish premises, gained appreciation through Daisuke's infectious enthusiasm. Moreover, Daisuke's taste often gravitated towards less conventional characters, such as Yotsuya from Maizan Ikoku, rather than the more obvious fan favorites. Daisuke later became a translator for Arctic Animation, a development that proved crucial in making numerous anime titles accessible to English-speaking audiences. His contributions were instrumental in overcoming the language barrier, providing the foundation upon which the narrator could build by timing and producing subtitled versions. William acknowledges a significant debt to Daisuke for his extensive translation work, which made a wide array of anime available to a broader audience. While William's role involved the technical aspects of subtitle production and distribution, it was Daisuke's initial translations and enthusiasm that served as the catalyst for these projects. This collaboration aimed to share Daisuke's passion for various anime series with a wider audience, hoping to inspire the same level of excitement in others. Future episodes will delve deeper into specific series influenced by Daisuke, providing more detailed accounts of how these anime titles gained recognition and appreciation among English-speaking fans. In the early days of anime fandom at the University of British Columbia, UBC, enthusiasts faced a landscape devoid of dedicated anime clubs. The primary avenues for connection were through the Wargamer Society and the Personal Computer Club, PCC. It was through the PCC and its bulletin board systems that a pivotal figure emerged, Bill Jang. Bill Jang was a computer enthusiast with a comprehensive understanding of 386 architecture, MS-DOS, and various technical aspects of computing. His expertise in staying abreast of current trends and his proficiency in communications proved invaluable. Jang was instrumental in setting up and operating a prototype generation bulletin board system, BBS. The BBS programs of that era were precursors to modern online forums, such as Reddit. A computer was configured to run one of these BBSs, and Jang successfully negotiated with U.S. Robotics to provide a promotional modem in exchange for establishing a bulletin board system to showcase their products. Through the U.S. Robotics program, a modem was acquired to set up one of the BBSs. The system underwent continuous upgrades, progressing from a 9600 baud modem to 14.4K, and eventually reaching 19.2 kilobaud with V32 bis and other protocols. Jang managed these technical aspects, bringing an element of excitement to the endeavor. This setup enabled the BBS to package and transmit messages to other bulletin board systems, creating extensive networks. The prototype generation BBS was integrated into a network called FidoNet. It connected to a hub similar to Whimsy, which functioned as a gateway to the Internet. This connectivity allowed messages to reach the Internet, often appearing in sections of rarts.anime. Additionally, it facilitated the reception of messages from the Internet into the bulletin board system, significantly enhancing communication capabilities. As Jang's involvement in the anime community grew, he began attending conventions, driven by his interest in comics. His contributions extended beyond the technical realm. A search online reveals his work on Robotech comics. His artistic contributions as Bill Jang can be found through a simple internet search, highlighting his multifaceted involvement in the anime and comic book industries. These connections proved to be crucial entry points for accessing anime during that period. The impact of computers on the anime fandom at the University of British Columbia was significant. Connections forged through both the wargamers and personal computer clubs proved crucial in navigating the anime landscape of that era. This stands in stark contrast to the present day, where dedicated anime clubs exist at universities such as UBC and Simon Fraser University. The evolution of these clubs is noteworthy. For an extended period, anime lacked the popularity to warrant its own dedicated organization. It was only through increased exposure and the availability of translations that a broader audience could access, comprehend, and develop an interest in Japanese animation. As interest in anime grew, enthusiasts began to coalesce, forming clubs dedicated to their shared passion. These organizations served as hubs for information exchange, manga reading sessions, and cosplay activities at conventions. Interestingly, one of the motivating factors behind club formation during this period was the ability to petition the student union for funding with a certain number of members, typically around 5. This funding, often euphemistically referred to as for products, was frequently used to purchase alcoholic beverages. To avoid direct mention of alcohol, clubs would employ creative language in their naming conventions, resulting in quirky appellations such as PISS. Pseudo-Intelligence Student Society. With these clubs, they could petition for funding to acquire beverages for their meetings or parties. The allocation and use of student society funding for such purposes is a topic that warrants further exploration in future discussions. For anime enthusiasts of this era, content discovery presented a significant challenge compared to the ease of modern internet searches. Fans were required to physically visit comic book stores, game shops, and local clubs to connect with fellow enthusiasts. This necessity for face-to-face interaction fostered a more sociable anime community, with fans generally exhibiting a friendlier demeanor due to their shared quest for knowledge and new anime content. In contrast, the contemporary landscape allows individuals to easily connect with others who share their specific anime interests online. While this targeted approach offers certain advantages, it can potentially lead to a narrower focus in one's anime consumption. This specialization, while beneficial in some respects, may result in overlooking diverse anime experiences. Viewers might inadvertently dismiss potentially enjoyable series simply because they do not align with their usual preferences in art style, genre, or format. The impact of this shift on anime fan clubs and fan subbing activities will be explored in greater depth in a future episode. Viewers are encouraged to visit the Williams webpage, which contains information about various projects, including game-related content. These collaborations will likely be discussed in more detail in subsequent episodes. Your engagement with our content is invaluable. We encourage you to interact with our videos through likes and comments, as these actions significantly enhance our visibility on the platform, allowing us to reach a broader audience interested in the cultural impact of anime in the Western world. For those interested in supporting our research and production efforts, we have established various channels for financial contribution. Detailed information about these support options can be found in the video description below. To complement your viewing experience, we have compiled an extensive list of resources related to this documentary series, including a comprehensive episode guide categorized by topic. These materials are accessible via the links provided in the description. We also have Patreon featuring exclusive content and behind-the-scenes insights. This resource offers additional materials that enhance our documentary series, including extended interviews, archival footage, controversial content, and in-depth analyses. Furthermore, we regularly update our blog with supplementary information, addressing frequently asked questions, sharing historical anecdotes, and showcasing visual artifacts and personal stories on the website via the links provided below.